Last week, we talked about epiphany and what an epiphany is. It's that moment when something becomes perceivable. The aha moment, if you will, when things become clear. In the church year, there is a specific epiphany event we remember every year, and that is the visit of the wise men from the east who followed that star to Bethlehem and what they perceived and what was made clear in that epiphany. But what causes something to be made clear? What is it that gives someone that epiphany, that aha moment? I think it's really something that, as a follow-up to our previous weeks, when God spoke through dreams and angelic visits and a whole sky full of the heavenly host and a star, all these messages that were immediately perceived and understood, as a follow-up to all of that, we get this story of Samuel. And to be fair, it's a time when people aren't watching or waiting in that same sense, right? Visions are not widespread. And upon hearing God's call, Samuel doesn't get the message for what it is. And honestly, if you're in a place with other people and hear a voice calling you, thinking that that voice is from one of those other people would be really reasonable. Samuel reacts as anyone would. Upon hearing his name called, he goes to the only person around who could have been calling. But it's not Eli. Samuel is wrong. And here's kind of the turning point of that story. God doesn't stop there. It's not a, well, I had a message and a mission and they missed it scenario. No. God calls again. And again. God is persistent in reaching out to Samuel with the message Samuel needs to hear. If you read on, it's not going to be all that comforting of a message. It's more of a prophetic course correction. But that's an important message too. Someone asked me a while ago about the directness of God's communications in biblical times. Outright speaking, an in-person visit from an angel. And these are some of the things that are recorded. But there was also a star in the sky. And even in the direct encounters, there are people who missed it the first time, and the second time, as we see in this passage. God speaks in many ways to many people, and it would be a mistake to limit God to only that way or only then. God's Holy Spirit continues to walk with us and guide us. Maybe through the study of these stories, maybe through moments of inspiration, maybe through advice from a colleague or a friend. We all need an Eli sometimes, someone to say, that's God, go and listen. External confirmation of an internal call or inspiration. It would also be a mistake if we think it comes down to one single moment that we either catch or miss too. That God is somehow limited in when God might speak or how many times or anything like that. We believe God is always with us and around us, present in our world and in our lives. Now, that's not to say it doesn't matter if we miss it. Not at all. We can't, excuse ourselves from listening because the message will still be there later. Let's not, kind of go to that extreme either. There are plenty of passages and examples about why that's not a good thing too. It is to say, though, that we shouldn't put all of the weight and pressure and emphasis on one moment we might have missed And if we did, we somehow failed at everything God wanted for us. That's not how it works either. God is persistent, and we are human. We will likely miss a few moments here and there, flawed beings that we are. But we do keep listening and learning and praying for the next moment to be made clear. And we have to realize it might come from a place we're not expecting. Over to Nathaniel in our gospel reading for today. He's amazed that the Messiah or anyone of worth might possibly come from Nazareth, of all places. And, we probably have some of those places in our minds too. Whether those are somewhat, lighthearted rivalries or a more serious conviction. Can anything good come from there? Aren't they all bad or dangerous or whatever? Well, Nathaniel finds out. Philip says, "Come and see," and Nathaniel does. It takes someone else to tell him, to invite him. There's that external voice again, that external person again. But when he goes to meet Jesus, it's all of 3 sentences until Nathaniel is completely swept away. Assumptions overturned. God the Son, from Nazareth of all places, is there and speaking to him. Epiphany. As you go through this season, I hope you take time to listen and discern what God may be saying to you and to all of us, even today. Find your Eli or Philip, that external person, teacher, friend, guide to help. And enter into the conversation too. Be challenged. Be surprised. Be inspired. After all, it's still Epiphany.